Earlier this month, NBC announced it would extend Season 1 of the Chicago Fire series to 24 episodes. That after the show picked up an additional 6 million viewers. News 25's Joe Bennett recently went behind the scenes of the hit show, taping in Chicago. With the TV drama's recognition spreading like wildfire, Joe asked the question, just how real is the real-life portrayal of the lives of first responders?
Before the cast and crew of Chicago Fire began shooting, they spent 2 weeks following, talking to, and even training under actual first responders in Chicago.
We went through a bunch of days down at the academy.
Jumped on the back of some ambulances.
A situation with real smoke and real fire.
Did like 20 minutes in there, wasted out a tank.
A bunch of ride-alongs for a couple of weeks before we started filming the season.
We did smoke room, we went in, took off our masks.
And had us coughing our guts out and all the rest of it. We're like, okay, I get it.
You may want to bring in a certain someone from this house.
What you see on the screen tends to be either action-packed or character-driven.
Roll sound, please. And action.
On set, the action is much more subdued. The actors joke around between takes, dropping character and relaxing when they can. Eamon Walker, who plays Battalion Chief Wallace Bowden, says that part of the art imitates life in a firehouse.
People kind of take that time to rest and to eat and keep and conserve their energies because they know when they go, they're going to be going full out for that time.
Actual Chicago firefighters even take time after their shifts to sit in as extras on the show. David Eigenberg, who plays Christopher Herman on the series, says he and the other actors do look to the firefighters on set for advice.
They'll come over and say, you know, hey, when you're doing that, it's not how it's done.
While researching their respective roles, the actors say they saw firsthand how first responders switch to rescue mode when a call comes through.
When this fire or an accident happens, they run towards it.
They do that thing that kind of goes against human instinct, you know?
They automatically stay calm. They have a job to do and they have a life to save.
There's fight or flight and they go fight.
Most people run away or freeze. They go, I don't know what to do. And that's when your training kicks in.
But we're actors, so we pretend.
Pretending to possess that virtue does not come without seeing some intense real-life situations, according to Monica Raymond, who plays paramedic Gabriella Dawson.
It's a whole other thing when you're sitting right there next to a patient who's going through a stroke or who is having trouble breathing or who has gunshot wounds to the abdomen. I mean, it's very scary.
Eigenberg and Raymond both say they now have a new level of respect for those who take on the job of risking their lives for anybody.
They hear there's somebody in a building and there is any humanly possible way to get in there, they'll go.
These actors say brief training as a first responder gives them no delusions about their jobs.
No, we're just actors.
In fact, the humility of both actor and firefighter seems to inspire a mutual respect for one another, a relationship that is apparent on the set.
Because we know so many of these firefighters really want to do a really good job. Make fun of me and go, that, yeah, yappity yap actor, that was a firefighter making fun of us.
This is like a dysfunctional fraternity, but when we have to turn it on, we'll turn it on. Just like, I guess, in a real firehouse.
Walker says the goal is to present a show that first responders can watch and feel is at least a semi-accurate glimpse into their own lives.
So that when other firemen and firewomen or paramedics see themselves via this show, they know that it's as accurate as possible within the framework that it's a TV drama.
So, how does the show fare with actual firefighters here in central Illinois?
A first floor resident is reporting some smoke on the first floor.
We sat down with a crew from Fire Station 3 in Peoria. Next, we'll hear what they say is real.
Now that is realistic.
And what is fictionalized.
That was not realistic.
That's coming up next week on the second part of our series on Chicago Fire. Until then,
Cut.
I'm Joe Bennett.